I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and my father is King Edward VIII, who married my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe Windsor, who was the real queen. He was married to my mom in 36 when he was forced to abdicate, and that was in December. I hope I'm not being redundant here. He never married Wallis Simpson, a double married Wallis Simpson, and became the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, illegal title. You get so many, so he was an imposter, and I'm sure they had more than one. And I'm going to try, I've told on all my YouTubes, I have two accounts, I think they're still up there. Facebook, Google Plus, some on Twitter. But I want to get this up, so I'm going to try to say this and get it over with. I'm going to show a picture of the double, or one of them that married Wallis Simpson, and a picture of my dad. And when I was kidnapped in 41, I was born in 39, legal heir to the British Crown because of an addendum that was legal. My father, they took him down with character assassination and such lies because he didn't play their game. He's a good man, and he's so sick how history has left and destroyed a good man's image, the real him. Now, and what they've done to me and my sons, my children here. I'm going to show the picture, and I think I'm going to wait and show that last. I'm going to read this because I came upon, it was weird, and I don't have shorthand, all right? And I'm not in the best of health. But I came upon a post, an account in Facebook. And by the way, the Real Monarchy is a part of a group that you can get off of Facebook. Facebook was started. The founder is Zuckerman, Mark Zuckerman, who's the grandson of David Rockefeller, the very people I'm talking about that kidnapped me and took my father down. The Illuminati, the New World Order, global government that's in power full force now, and who has created this worldwide situation that brings them into power. And they control your press and everything. And on here, it makes statements that they control Trump and Putin. Now, I don't know if they do or not. I did not believe they controlled Trump, but I'll read this, and I don't know. It's very bad for me, but it always has been. These people kidnapped me and took down my father. And evidently a lot of my family, I hate to say that, but I know Elizabeth, and they mention her on here. So let me just stop and read it, and let me say this. I put up on March the 1st, where I had first come upon Isabel von Miner. I think somehow I pushed in Vaughn's. Well, I'm not going to say the last because I think they were my friends. They're related. But anyway, her account came up, and I simply wrote down, and I'm not good at shorthand, but what I could. It was replies. It was talking about the symbols of the Illuminati, them being a family, Elizabeth being new blood, that line of the Windsors. And they just failed to leave out all they did to my dad and me and all this. So anyway, the comments and replies were from Illuminati members and friends of theirs. And I tried to put that down and the time and dates, which was in the last of February and March this year. Now, they mentioned Elizabeth was getting out of control, that she was going off on her own. She had to follow their rules, Illuminati rules, that she hired assassins when she got really upset. And they showed a picture of her with an eye up over her head, a bloody eye, and then in her, I believe it would be her left eye, it was a whiteout, a square with a whiteout. But then it got into telling that they were going to tell Putin and Trump, well, in essence, to stop giving raw material or sending it to England. They were taking England totally out, wiping it out. Now that I uploaded that, and yesterday morning it was, I turned on my, which has virus on it now, and God knows what else, my phone. And I come upon this. Well, I did try to Google this, and it came up. And it's Michael Rockefeller, which what I've just told you, that account of Isabel von Miner, most of it on there was about him. Evidently, his dad is David Rockefeller. So evidently, he is way up there, or the head of the Illuminati. You should see his photo. And I want to say that on what I'm about, this is his account. Michael Rockefeller, Illuminati, head, it sounds like to me. I'm going to try to put it down the best I can, but it has all these are Illuminati that reply, and I'm given the time and date, and I realize that probably somehow this can be faked. It's not, I don't think, but some of it I've put it down the best I can, and I wanted to put this before I start reading. This Miner, Isabel Miner, comes on in here, and she shows the upload I did off of her account, and I shared it 7 times. She put all 7 of the photos up there, etc. So, you know, my life has always been in, well, you know. I'm going to try to read this if it gets up. And this was yesterday morning. I put it down. It's Michael, M-E-H-A-L, Rockefeller, in care of real Donald Trump. I command President Trump to immediately sign the executive order as we have outlined and dictated. God bless America, and let's make America great again. Account Michael Rockefeller. Reply, William Moffett and Duke Michael Rockefeller, Global Wealth. March 5th, 2:47 p.m. This will knock your socks off. Michael Rockefeller and Trump. Executive Order, www.speaker.com. March the 5th, 1:03 p.m. I am trying to get in touch with Her Royal Highness, Princess B-A-J-R-A-K-E-L-E-Y S-B-H-E of Thailand. And it's tagged to John G. Darcy and John A-M-A-U-R-Y Plantagenet. This was my family way back at the Plantagenets. Isabella von Miner added 13 new photos, March the 4th at 4:54 a.m. Holy Grail lineage and David Rockefeller with the triangle. Photo Diana, March the 3rd of 9:57. My cousin Catherine E. Middleton. And birth chart, shows a birth chart. March the 1st, 7:34 a.m. I shared the post, Facebook, March the 1st. This is me. I had come upon the count of Isabella von Miner and wrote down what I saw. Real Elizabeth not following the Illuminati rules, hires assassins, and I've already put that up. And about she's going to lose her money, Elizabeth is. I beg pardon, but that's my money, my crown, my right to be in my country and have the title. And she is guilty of treason. She works for another country, a group that's global takeover. And I don't need to say more. They took out my father, and she's illegal. Her uncle, well, he's my uncle, George the Sixth, helped take down my father with the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bilderbergers. Joe Kennedy was appointed ambassador to England 36 till they kicked him out in 46. JFK, his son, flew in prior to my birth in 39 and after and during. He helped in my kidnapping. And then you've got my uncle George the Sixth illegal title, and then Elizabeth. The whole bunch of them do not represent England. They're traitors. That's my money she's spending, and she's talking about being in fear of. Okay, let me go on. Well, she and her father, well, that's where my words there I inserted, stole it from me. She's speaking of giving orders to Trump and Russia and President Putin to withhold raw material from England, intent to demolish England, is their words. This on my post and uploaded on this account belonging to Michal Rockefeller, continued from post of Michal. Reply of Isabella Minor continued. Isabella von Minor replied, new photo of my cousin Duchess during the funny time, Catherine Middleton. She's Jewish. Isabella von Minor and Duke Michal Rockefeller. I know, and David Rockefeller let him out of his court charges for murder, but it was under American just a minute. It was under American and not Norway law. And I can help. My father knows people in royalty and law in Sweden. Maybe they can let him out. Contacting royalty family. Okay. Duke Michal Rockefeller post February the 25th, 10:23 a.m. I'm being detained against my will. Immigration at Oslo, Norway. Please send help. Care of small letters CIA space capital code space capital white. My loyal brother, I am in distress and need immigration help. My cell is 856-6686-084. Please contact the United States Embassy in Oslo, Norway, and State Department in Washington, D.C. Emily Elizabeth Windsor Craig, John Scott, Richie, Larry Swart, Larry M. Swart, Christopher Thomas, CASLELMAU. Now then, I want to go back to the fact that he mentions Emily Elizabeth Windsor Craig. She is someone I heard of, and she has finished college at George Mason. She has claimed that my father is her father, that she's an illegitimate heir and a half-sister to me. Total lie. It shocked me when I saw this. This woman has done nothing but lie in video. She even placed the eras when she said that her mother became pregnant. She was a nurse in Memorial Day of 43, and that her mother became pregnant, had a tryst, she said, with the Duke of Windsor. That's not my dad. That's the double. So if anybody's her father, but you see where I'm going with it. It's a horror story of people assassinating my father's character, and it's a lie done by the Illuminati, the Freemasons that kidnapped me. I'm going on down here. There's a handwritten note, and it says 32520. I couldn't tell if it was 13 or 17, and I couldn't read the note. Post profile, William, this is a profile post. William, it's on Rockefeller, Michal Rockefeller's account. Michael, it's an Illuminati account. Michael Forbes, February the 25th, 4:08 p.m. Confirm release. Donald Henry. If he is in jail, he can post CHINEDUAGHAGI. Don't panic and keep calm. You will free. Okay. This is Isabella von Minor with Jules Amaury, a month ago family tree chart. It got Illuminati sign, Spencer Rockefeller Minor. Michal Rockefeller new photo to 48 minutes ago. We are one family. If you can relate to this very simple message, then maybe join Celebration Organization of the Global Family Movement. Contact Duke Michal Rockefeller at, I'm not going to give that at. These people are guilty of crimes unspeakable that you've never heard of, and what they've done to me and my family and country. And can never, only God can do something about it. It is so sick, the pain and suffering that they have caused and that people have let them cause. The Roosevelts, the Churchills, you name it, the Kennedys, there's things that I've tried to tell that don't even come near to close to what this group that's your global government now and control your press. My only hope is Trump and Putin aren't a part of it. I don't know. Here's the photos. This is one of the doubles that married Wallace Simpson. This is Elizabeth in all her glory. She stole it. She's totally known. She's been through Virginia and spoke before the Senate here in Virginia. With me living on the Appalachian Trail, being homeless and a pauper. Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia. I was doing a book, and it's April issue of 1984. He says, I know who's responsible for his shooting in Atlanta. Larry M. McDonald, Dr. Congressman. The plane went down. This is the family where they took me, and this is staged. They didn't have the clothes or the cars or anything. It was a shack. It was a hellhole. This is me. It's 1943. I was brought there in 41, age 2. Here's my father, a great man. The lies, it makes me sick. He didn't play their game. This is my dad, Edward VIII. And this is Georgia O'Keeffe, my aunt. Thank God for the O'Keeffes, I guess, right? I don't guess, I know. I don't have a picture of my mom, but this is Georgia, and I'm told that I look a lot like her. I look a lot like my dad. I saw the portrait when they brought it over, when they kidnapped me. I didn't find out until 83, but I could remember, and I remember a lot now, and I've tried to put it up. They had a portrait of my dad holding me in my christening gown. I'd just been christened. It disappeared, and that's all I have to put up here. The Illuminati control everything. The things that have been done to me and my family and country are so despicable. How dare they?